Wrapping up my look back at the 60th anniversary, here are my quick thoughts on some of the bonus material we got last year. Starting off with the most simple, the updated version of An Adventure in Space and Time. Many saw this as a controversial change, having Ncuti Gatwa instead of Matt Smith. However, it's been stated years ago that the plan was to always swap out the Doctor. It just never got round to it at this point. And while the change was weird at the beginning, looking back on it, I'm really glad that they did it. And they managed to fix a few minor visual errors that were in the original version, so the scene works a lot better and is a lot less distracting. And I'm also glad they went for Ncuti Gatwa instead of David Tennant. I know technically David was the main Doctor at the time, but it makes more sense to have the future incarnation, especially given that compared to when Matt Smith did it, Capaldi hadn't started filming. Next up we have Destination Skaro. A lot of controversy surrounding this sketch. Personally, I think it starts off okay, and I appreciated the novelty of seeing Julian Beach as Davros without the makeup, regardless of some minor missteps in continuity concerning the events of I, Davros. I can look past some of that. For me, I think the biggest issue with it was just not being particularly funny, and also not really giving the 14th Doctor much depth, and making me think that he didn't have much life outside of the anniversary specials. Didn't really need much more expanded material from this incarnation, you understand. Yeah, there's the weird controversy surrounding Rusty Davies' statement that this is what we're going to see Davros as from now on, but given that's technically not in the actual text but in the subtext, I'm not really fussed about it. If we never see Davros again, I won't be too disappointed. And finally, we have the most substantial, Tales of the Tardis. It's very sweet, if a little cheesy, but you can tell that it is a bit of a last-minute addition. I appreciate that Russell realised that some people might be a bit upset by the lack of other Doctors other than Tennant in the main specials, so giving them this little additional coda was sweet, though it doesn't really add much to the stories that they are bookending. And it does retread a lot of ground that Big Finish has already covered and done much better. You know, 5 and Tegan talking about Cybermen and the death of Adric, 6 and Perry reuniting following the death of Yukanos, Jamie and Zoe getting their memories back, 7 and Ace discussing their unhealthy relationship, things like that. It's enjoyable, but I don't really feel that this series has much shelf life and doesn't really need to go anywhere. Like, I don't need to see the adventures of old 7 and Ace. I'm fully content listening to their audio dramas. But what did you think of all these additional pieces of the 60th anniversary? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.